back to all the things that we said that we, as adults, find useful for learning: time, opportunity for practice, assistance from others, being shown the steps, being given a demonstration, knowing the help to fall back on. They are the things that fall into the support that happens at the zone of proximal development. We as adults need that support, and that's a model and a construct to keep in mind for working with our teams, as what we'll be taking our teams through this year is actually what is new learning for them. And there could be frustration and anxiety, because at times we'll be talking about really new things for them, and there'll be times where you'll have people in the team who may already know and who can support the team by sharing their learning. They can be the significant other person, the more knowledgeable other, the MKO. At the same time, it's a model for what we want to see translated then into our classroom practice. When you assign a task that students successfully complete without help, and they could already do it, they haven't been taught anything. That's called the ZAD, the zone of actual development. On the graph, this is the ZAD, what a learner can already achieve independently. When students are assisted with learning in a region that lies just beyond what they can do alone, that's the ZPD, the zone of proximal development. The support is provided by a more knowledgeable other, and the more knowledgeable other is frequently the teacher, but it can be peers, computers, or other aspects of the learning environment. And then with enough assisted practice, the student internalises the understandings, the strategies and the language for completing the task independently. And that's the zone of actual development. So we move up to here again. This can seem like a negative thing. It is negative if we're giving students learning tasks continually that they already have mastered and there's no new learning. But it's actually our goal, because as they go through and are supported here and scaffolded in the middle with their new learning, we actually want it internalised so that it does become into the zone of actual development. Down here, the three words understanding, strategies and language are particularly important. The internalising of the understanding that is involved in the new learning, the internalising of the strategies, the best way to go about this task. We're going to be looking at comprehension strategies. All of us are familiar with strategies for students getting underway with decoding in their reading. So knowing how to go about the task, and you touched upon that. You talked about having the steps shown to you, feedback that actually breaks down the learning into steps for you, and knowing where to go and have help, so that you are having a significant other person, an MKO, supporting you with internalising the strategies in the best way. I know that if I tried to play the piano, that I would not have enough knowledge to go about it in a way that was constructive and straightforward and got me where I needed to go. I would need somebody else to actually show me this is the best way. Someone did talk about that in your feedback, saying that because the other person, the MKO, can break down the strategies for us. Also, the language around the learning is important as well. Lynn mentioned the word social. Vygotsky's theory does talk about how learning is a social activity and language is part of how we learn, and then how we can be a significant MKO to other people. It's an important part of the understanding. Just to restate, the ZPD is the distance between a student's ability to perform a task with guidance or peer collaboration and the student's ability to solve the problem independently. And Vygotsky also focused on the connections between people. He believed humans use the cultural tools of speech and writing to mediate social environments, and then as tools to develop thinking skills. We'll link back to that when we look at comprehension strategies through thinking and through language. And thus learning contexts are best when they involve collaborations and interactions between teachers, students and peers. There is facilitation and interaction to support the development of understanding and meaning. Okay, what I want you to do before that, I'm going to give you a handout and it has on it a number of steps here on the back, steps 1 through to 9, and use this and also your own experience to look through and just discuss Vygotsky a little more, the role of language and the role of social interaction in learning. And then can you please also have a look at and think about in relation to the role of language, collaboration, social interaction and support, scaffolding by an MKO, a more knowledgeable other. Think about those things in relation to student learning and the implications for teachers. So we'll just spend 5 minutes or so chatting about that and we'll get your feedback. Thank you.